Hello Internet, welcome back to another episode of Pokemon White version. In the last episode, we made it here to Castelia City and started exploring with one single street. And the one that's up here, but mostly this street. Met a special Pokemon named Zorua, and that's pretty much it. This time, we are going to continue exploring Castelia City by heading up here and just continuing to head up here, ignoring all these businessmen and miners for some reason, and leaving Castelia City entirely. First things first about Route 4, it is worth noting there is no desert to the north of Manhattan in real-life New York. It's just the facts of life. So there is a Pokemon that I want to catch here, but first we're going to head up here. What? Are you worn out? Okay, then rest here for a minute. Okay, I'm not. I'm pretty sure I was fully healed already, but... okay. Glug Glug Glug. That's my favorite Pokemon. Glug Glug Glug. So I'm not going to be going over the new encounters here just yet. But there is a Pokemon that I want to catch for my team here, and I do want to catch that before we get on with the rest of the episode, and here he is now, Darumaka. We'll go over Darumaka now, why not? It's our first... I mean, it's a member of our team, we might as well go over it while we try to catch it. Darumaka can hit hard. It can take hits decently well, it gets a surprising variety in the moves it can learn with a preference towards hard-hitting moves that have some sort of disadvantage to the user as well, such as Hammer Arm, which lowers speed, or Flare Blitz, which deals significant recoil damage. It also gets Sheer Force as a potential ability when it evolves, which is insanely good for a Pokemon that gets access to moves with secondary effects like, say, Fire Punch, which it starts with on its moveset. I cannot stress enough how good Darumaka is. There are a decent amount of good Fire-type Pokemon in the Unova region, but Darumaka is the one I personally want to go with for the team. The Wide Lens from earlier can also make up for a small amount of what is lost with Hustle until Darumaka evolves at level 35. I'm gonna try the Ultra Ball. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting that to work with how my luck has been going. I don't know if that's a thing in-game that has to do with me using an emulator or what, but my luck with Pokeballs has been really, really bad in this playthrough. Like, unnaturally bad. Like, an Ultra Ball there should have had a pretty decent chance of catching Darumaka. As you can see, that Hustle is making it do a ton of damage to all my Pokemon. I put Matt Patrat in the PC because, I mean, Matt Patrat wasn't really contributing anything to the team at this point. We don't need Cut anymore. Headbutt taking out Wilbur, of course. Grassilisk, I guess. Although this thing might have Fire Punch. I don't know if it gets Fire Punch until level 16 or 17 or what, but I know there is a chance that it has it already, which I'm kind of scared of. Okay. Headbutt. Okay, I'm pretty certain that this one doesn't have Fire Punch. But also, it's getting really low on health and the Sandstorm is whittling down its HP. Sandstorm deals like a very small amount of damage to every Pokemon on the field that isn't a Rock, Ground, or Steel type every turn, and also increases the special defense of Rock types. Caught Darumaka though. And Darumaka has a funny Pokedex entry. Darumaka's droppings are hot, so people used to put them in their clothes to keep themselves warm. Wonderful! I would like to give a nickname to Darumaka. I'm going to be naming it Darunya. Even though it's a female, I think the name can work pretty well for a female too, and it's the name of a Goron king in The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Because Darumaka, and especially Darmanitan, its evolution, very much remind me of the Gorons. I'm going to heal now. That's not how you heal, that's Glug Glug Glug. So if we head over this way, and over here we can find these stairs, and there's a bunch of fishermen, and if we go down here, right here actually, there's a pearl. This can be sold to a high price, for a high price at shops. pretty good for that purpose. There are a lot of items that have that same effect, but that's one of them. We're going to be trying to avoid as many battles here as we can, just because we're already going to be doing a ton of battles in this episode, and we're going to be getting a lot of experience for that, like, through that. Oh, there's a male Darumaka. The name would have made a little more sense on this one, but whatever. That's okay. Again, like I said, Darunia kind of works as a name for a female too. Like, I'm completely fine having a female Darumaka. And this one has Fire Fang. Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna check if Darunia has Fire Fang, because if not, we might have a better one here. I did not mean to switch into Darunia. Darunia is holding an item. I don't know what item Darumaka can be caught holding, but... okay. It does know Fire Fang. Why didn't it use it against Servine? I don't know. It has a Rost Berry that heals from burns, I believe, which isn't bad. Headbutt, Incinerate, Rage, and Headbutt and Fire Fang are definitely the better moves here. Fire Fang especially is really good once Darunia evolves, but unfortunately we are probably going to have a better move by the time Darunia evolves. Darumaka is a really powerful Pokemon though, as I said. Especially with Hustle for an ability. I'm not gonna give her the white lens or the wide lens just yet, but I do want to actually check out her stats real quick. I forgot to do that when we first got her. Naughty Nature increases attack and lowers special defense. That's really good. This is the first Pokemon we've gotten that, like, right off the bat has a really good nature. Yeah, even George's nature was terrible when we first got him. I just changed it in the save editor. Darunia? You are going to be an important member of the team, buddy. Okay. I'm also going to see if I have repels. One. I'll take it. Alright, so I'm trying to ignore that Parasol lady. Head up. Okay, hidden item here. Ultra Ball. Seems to be the favorite hidden item of the developers at this point in the game. Can I get past you? No? Okay. That's fine. My way of life is dynamic. That's awesome. My way of life is relatively static. And it sucks. I hate it. Worker Gus, he has a rock and roll. Alright. Well, that thing is going to get a special defense boost from the Sandstorm, actually, so that's a little more threatening than he would usually be. And George is at half health. We'll see how Water Gun does, but it's also going to have Sturdy, even if it would normally be a one-shot. Yeah. Water Gun didn't even one-shot. Luckily, this thing is just so bad that it couldn't take out half our health with Headbutt. Alright. And another Roggenrola. No way I'm keeping George in. I'd like to actually talk about the low health music. It sucks. I've talked about how the dynamic music in this generation is one of my favorite parts of it, and it really is. I love just all the minute changes that are done to the music depending on, like, if you're running or not, and who you've talked to in the town, and all that. I love the triumphant music that plays when you're on a gym leader's last Pokemon, but the low health music sucks, especially in those boss fights and everything. Because, I mean, you're on, like, that triumphant music, you're about to beat the gym leader, you get down to low health for, like, 30 seconds, and that music just interrupts the entire song, and it ruins the entire vibe, and it's not... I wish there was, like, a ROM hack of this game that just removed the low health music, because I would absolutely play that over this. It's like, I do prefer the low health music to the droning doo-doo 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 every 5 seconds. But I would honestly, like, I'd prefer that they just do the 3 doo-doo 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 that they do in the current games before it just stops. because that's better than the low health music. This timber is kind of destroying me. Because I, for some reason, didn't think to send out Grassilisk. My way of losing is also dynamic. It's true, you did take out part of my team. Almost half of it, probably, actually. Yeah, almost half. You almost took out George, and Lollipop doesn't really count. There's a hidden item here. A burn heal. That heals a Pokemon of a burn, very similar to the Rostberry that we already got. And a hidden item here, an Ether, that restores a move's PP by 10 points. It's one of the very few healing items you can't ever buy in shops, so that's definitely worth picking up. Am I gonna have to go around you this way? Okay, I thought you were a spinner for some reason. And TM41 Torment. This is a move that makes it so I believe the opponent can't use the same move more than once in a row. Yep, makes it incapable of using the same move twice in a row. That's situationally helpful. There are certain bosses that will try to stack up status conditions using like Dragon Dance or Swords Dance or something. That can be useful in shutting down strategies like that. There's also an item I missed here, a Hyper Potion. Anything over here? Nope, just more fencing. Alright, that's all we can really do on Route 4 for now, so I'll meet y'all back in Castelia City. Alright, back here in Castelia City, we are now heading over here. Read this sign. Battle Company, talented trainers welcome. That doesn't particularly sound like me, but I'll still go in. People who work in this building have Pokemon battles, not opinion battles. You appear to be strong, but if you go upstairs, please be extra careful. Okay, janitor. Love that guy. Every morning, my Pokemon wakes me up with wake-up slaps, so I always look like a wreck. But I appreciate its good intention, so I'll work my hardest to provide for it today as always. That's awesome. Welcome. If you use the elevator, please use the buttons on the door or next to the door. If there's buttons on the door, I feel like that's just an excuse for having more than one hitbox for it. I went to the wrong floor. We actually want to go to the top floor. All of these people will battle you, but we're going to ignore them for now. Because there is much to be gained from going to the top floor first. See the janitor behind the desk there? That is our target. Say that like this is a Hitman game. Get the Hyper Potion here. Restores 200 HP. Alright, we have to fight this businessman first, it looks like, unfortunately. I was about to take a break, then I met you. Awesome. Go on break, dude. You don't gotta stay clocked in to battle me. Clerk Male Wade. I don't like how they have to specify the gender of the clerks. There's, like... This is before they just had one, like, name for a trainer class regardless of, like, if they're the same or not. Like, in Generation 8, there were female black belts, but this is back when there were black belts and then the female alternative was Battle Girl, which is fucking stupid. But... yeah, I'm glad that that's not a thing anymore, because it's just weird. It's weird seeing a trainer class like Clerk Male. I'm willing to bet Darunia can easily handle this Pansage, even without, like, next to any experience in battle. 7 HP taken. And 100% damage dealt. That's awesome. And level 16 already. That's also awesome. Panpour. Man, this might be the first guy we've actually seen who has all 3 of the elemental monkeys. Shout out to this guy for having a surprisingly balanced team, even if most of the Pokemon on it aren't very good. There goes Panpour. We have a much better example of a balanced team where we actually have a decent Pokemon of each of the three, like, rock, paper, scissors intro of the game types. I met my Pokemon more than 10 years ago. I trust them. That's nice, dude. Alright. This guy. Oh, you're the Pokemon trainer I met at the entrance. You've come this far. That means you must be quite strong. Are you prepared to face the strongest person in this building? Are you prepared to face the chairman? Then the time has come. I'm the one. I accept your challenge. Janitor Jeff leads with Trubbish, sorry. Honest mistake. Trubbish is level 20, poison type, stench for the ability, knowing the moves Toxic Spikes, Acid Spray, Double Slap, and Sludge. This isn't technically a boss, but I just think it's funny to give Janitor Jeff a sidebar, especially because he is one of 2 janitors that you fight in this entire game. And honestly, he's probably the hardest of the 2 janitors you fight in the entire game. His Pokemon are pretty high leveled for this point. He has 2 level 20 Pokemon. I'm gonna switch out to Wilbur. I think even with Wilbur being, level 18 and a physical attacker, Mudslap should still do decent damage to Trubbish, and even if it doesn't, it lowers accuracy as I use it, so yeah. Yeah, it's decent enough damage, and lowering accuracy is always a plus. Double Slap is annoying though. 6 damage per hit. Oh, yikes. That is rough. Okay. Mud Slap again. Just keep lowering that accuracy. After we've used it 3 times, that officially halves the accuracy of all of its moves, so that's good. And it still manages to hit. That is a Pokemon NPC classic. Can finish it off with Metal Claw, probably. Nope. That might have been a bad move. If Double Slap hits 3 times again, then okay. I don't know why I went back to Mud Slap. Metal Claw still would have been a safer bet, but whatever. It's about to send a Minccino. Alright, I'm gonna keep in Wilbur. Minccino is level 20, normal type, Cute Charm for the ability, so if your Pokemon is of the opposite gender and you hit it with a direct contact move, you will get attracted to it, which is a very annoying status condition, knowing the moves Tickle, Double Slap, Encore, and Swift. Captain Wilbur because of Rock Smash, but this could actually knock out Wilbur, now that I'm actually thinking about it a little. Swift always hits. Oh, that did a lot of damage. Okay, let's see how much Rock Smash does. It's using Tickle. That lowers attack, I'm pretty sure. And defense. And we got affected by Cute Charm. Okay, Wilbur is definitely not going to be the one to finish this. I could go for Darunia, but I don't know how much damage it would do if it used Swift or Double Slap, so I think I'm going to have Gracilis finish it, since Gracilis doesn't even have any direct contact moves. Well, it has Tackle, but why would I use Tackle over Leaf Tornado? Alright. Wow, you really cleaned up! It's a real compliment coming from you, buddy. I disguised myself as a janitor because I like to know what kinds of trainers come in here. I had a good time battling you. This is a token of my esteem. Please accept this. Experience share. This is not the current type of experience share. This is the type that you give to a Pokemon, not that you just turn on in the bag. Pokemon holding an EXP share gets some of the experience points from every battle, even if it's not involved. That's right, it may be useful for raising weak Pokemon. That is, in fact, what I was waiting for to raise Darunia. I didn't want to have Darunia directly in the lead for some of these battles because, I mean, people in here are actually relatively tough. Look at that Rossberry. And I'll give the Quick Claw to Wilbur for now. Just so everybody on the main team is holding something. We'll give the Wide Lens to Darunia once she is on par with the rest of the team. So, There's a lot of trainers left in here to fight, and a lot of items to get as well. I'd say we should have a little bit of a montage of me doing that while I go over the encounters on Route 4. However, there was something I meant to mention during the battle that I actually forgot to say. Professor Juniper's Minccino during the catching tutorial can be shiny, and I'm so sorry if you or someone who has ever, like, bared witness to that, because that is tragic. Anyway. Oh, an unfamiliar face! To help scientific progress, please lend me a hand. That's great. Okay. Montage begin. Level 19, Wilbur is learning Dig. Sorry to interrupt the montage like that, but this is a significantly better move than Mud Slap. The first turn, Wilbur is pretty much invincible to every move except for Earthquake. Second turn, it's a 60 power. I do not want to not learn it. I wanted to check it. 80 power physical ground type move, which is significantly better than a 20 power special one. That's actually going to make Wilbur a lot more usable. Anyway, now into the encounters on Route 4. Sorry about that. First encounter here is Sandile. Sandile is a ground dark type with Intimidate or Moxie for an ability, either one of which is absolutely fantastic. Moxie is particularly great if you're playing on set mode, as it raises the attack stat every time it knocks out an opponent. The majority of its moves are going to be ground, dark, and rock type moves, but it can use them very well. I'm not going to be using Sandile since I've already caught Wilbur and prefer the way Drillbur and its evolution play in this game, but Sandile can be very fun to use. And Scraggy is weird. Fighting Dark is not a bad type at all, with the type giving it a few resistances and a few weaknesses that it wouldn't have otherwise. But unfortunately, Scraggy doesn't get a ton of variety in the types of moves it learns. Its final moveset will most likely have a rock, dark, fighting, and ground type move, with one of those potentially being exchanged for a normal type move. That's not a bad thing at all, but the worst part about Scraggy is that it doesn't evolve until level 37. You're stuck with its base form until like halfway through the game. Again, it's not the worst choice for a fighting type. That would unfortunately probably go to Sawk in this particular game. But Timber and its evolutions are still something I would recommend more, even with their limited variety in moves, just because of how much sooner they evolve. This guy doesn't battle you, he just gives you 10 quick balls and 10 timer balls. I think 10 of them, 10 of each. Either way, those are both really good Pokeballs. Yeah, 3 of each, but still. Quick Balls are incredibly effective if they're used on the first turn of an encounter, and Timer Balls get progressively better, capping at 4 times effectiveness on turn 10. Definitely fantastic Pokeballs to have, especially for some things that we have coming up. And all the way down here, there's a Revive. This heals a fainted Pokemon and then restores their HP to up to half, which is really good, actually. Just because I am a scientist, people think I am so serious. That is true. People tend to not think that, like, doctors and scientists can be, like, fun people. Because they can't. Darunia wants to learn Facade. This is a normal type move, 70 power, that does more damage if the user is poisoned, burned, or paralyzed. That could be situationally a hell of a lot better than Headbutt. But it's 100% of the time better than Rage. And occasionally identical to Headbutt, so... yeah, I'll take that. One last guy. I'm in charge of development. I'm going to give you this because you came here for a company tour. Scope Lens is a fantastic item that increases the critical hit chance of all the moves on a Pokemon's moveset, which is a very good item for some Pokemon in particular, especially Pokemon that get moves like Razor Leaf or X-Scissor, which, you know, if you caught a Sewaddle, it's actually very good for Sewaddle. That's all for the Battle Company. Now I need to go to the Pokemon Center and heal. Immediately. Now that we're done with the Battle Company, we head back here. Head down this first pier. I want to talk to this scientist. Pansage, Pansear, and Panpour are Pokemon that evolve with special stones. Which Pokemon do you want to evolve? Panpour someday. Alright, so it's Panpour? Yep. Panpour. Then it's a water stone you need. He will give you an evolutionary stone to evolve whatever monkey you tell him you want to evolve. When a Pokemon evolves, it will be more powerful, but it will be slower to learn a new move. This is especially true for Pokemon that evolve with stones. It's actually only true for Pokemon that learn with stones. You can have it learn a good move and then evolve it with a stone, or evolve it with a stone fast and then have it learn a move with a TM. Again, I do not recommend evolving your Elemental Monkey if you're planning on using it on your team until it reaches level 22. We are still 2 levels away from that, but we are getting pretty close to a point where we can have George evolve, which is pretty exciting. That'll be our first fully evolved Pokemon, probably. Stick up your thumbs and curl in your fingers. This is a thumbs up pose. That means okay. In some places, it also means money. That's interesting, I actually didn't know that. Next up on the to-do list is going down this street to the left of the Battle Company. And we're going to start by going into this building and not the colorful ice cream shop. No, this place is boring. Let's talk to this clown. I'm not as good an artist as Berg, but I have a liking for paintings. Let me see. Today I'd like to paint Poison-type Pokemon. Will you show me what kinds of Pokemon you have? Don't think I have any Poison-type Pokemon, but we could go catch a Venipede. Let's just make sure I don't have any first. Yep, okay. I'm gonna go catch a Venipede real quick because I want to show what this guy can do, and that is the first Poison type, well, the only Poison type we actually currently have access to. We should have access to most of the types by now, except for Dragon. So if you see this guy and he's asking for a Dragon-type Pokemon, rest in peace. But also rest in peace for me, because I have to go all the way across Sky Arrow Bridge twice just to get a Venipede. This is also the first time since I started the series that I've been recording at nighttime. It's just, I don't know, it's nice to get a little bit of variety in there. I was very much in the mood to record this, and it happened to be 8:30 p.m., so you get to see how different things look at night, which is not super, and there aren't a lot of differences with how things work at nighttime in this particular game. There are much greater, like, differences related to the time of day in other Pokemon games, but I don't know, nighttime looks okay in this game. Kind of just puts shadows over various things that wouldn't otherwise be there, though. Luckily enough, it was the first encounter. Now let's see if I can actually catch it without killing it. It discovers what is going on around it by using the feelers on its head and tail. It is brutally aggressive. Yeah, that's definitely terrifying. I feel like this name is fitting, considering we're giving it to the clown. Ronald. Let me be the first to tell you, Sky Arrow Bridge is a lot less appealing the third time around. Finally made it back here. Okay, I have a poison type for you. Oh, you have that type. I'm inspired. Thank you. As a token of my gratitude, which one would you like? He will offer you one of any of the status curing berries except for the Lum Berry, which cures all of them. I think Chesto would be the most useful out of these. Trying to stack up on those just in case I decide any of my Pokemon should learn Rest. What do you have to say? If you want to see Berg's paintings, go to the Pokemon Gym. Alright. Currently, we exhibit works in the motif of legends in the Unova region. Such as Ideals in Truth, Soaring White Dragon, Black Lightning Bolt, Alighting Black Dragon, White Flame, and Twin Heroes. Maybe those are all relevant to something in the future. Head over here now. I finally get to eat it. It was worth lining up. I came all the way from Accumulatown just to have a taste. And these sweets are mega popular. That's a popular store for you. It's amazingly crowded. Huh? Oh, here you can buy the dessert that everyone in Castelia City is talking about, but it looks like I got the last one. They're sold out for today. Try again on a different day. So in this shop, you can buy Castelia cones. Castelia cones are essentially just a full heal that's more expensive. Yeah. But it's kind of a novelty. You can only buy them on Tuesdays in every season other than winter. This is our first season, like, seasonal difference. However, there's really only 2 seasons. Seasons pass as months go by. It's not based on actual seasons, it's based on months. So I believe right now in game it's autumn. Do you want something, buddy? I haven't traveled with my Pokemon for a long time. I feel like doing that. Go for it, dude. Anyway, sorry for standing in the middle of the road, I guess, but yeah, it's just a more expensive full heal. It's kind of a novelty. If you can get one, that's cool, but you probably won't end up using it. It'll probably just sit in your bag until it's a pile of mush, but I mean, if it's Tuesday and you're in the area and you have the money to get one, go for it, I guess. But it's definitely not a replacement for full heals. Anyways, that's pretty much all for this episode, so let's head up to the plaza with everybody else who disappears as soon as we arrive. Next time on Pokemon White version, we are going to be exploring even more of Castelia City, because believe it or not, we still have not seen everything. We have 2 main streets to go, as well as all the piers and things that aren't necessarily in the city itself. I mean, this episode took 53 minutes to record, so I mean, let's hope it's not as long as the next episode, but let's hope there's just as much cool stuff to see. See you guys then.